Hello and welcome. This is Unedited. Hello, everybody. Coming at you on a Thursday. RCO Network, Rob Morales, talking to entrepreneurs about their business, things they got going on in life, everything else that has to do with entrepreneurship. Today is nothing but special, as I have my beautiful young guest. And the reason I say beautiful is for a very good reason. So please welcome Miss Bella Garsha. Garsha. There we go. Coming at you live. Look at that.
Awesome.
Nobody would have thought. If you were walking on the street, nobody would think that you were the owner of Reject Cosmetics.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
That is cool. I was thinking about that today, actually. I was like driving here and I was like, I wonder how many times I've driven past somebody driving to like do a podcast or doing something so important. I was thinking about that. I was like, you never know who people are.
Yeah. Yeah, you could be like you could be the next Jeff Bezos and nobody would ever
I hope so, right?
So like I said, we're coming out here live on a Thursday interviewing a new entrepreneur. So she is running fresh to college. She's young and ambitious and decided to start a cosmetic line.
Yep.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about what Reject Cosmetics is all about?
Totally. So I sell lip gloss that I've formulated, made myself. I've done all the branding, all the art that comes with the business card, the stickers, everything on the Instagram. I run everything. So basically, Reject Cosmetics is a line that I started because I love lip products and I also love any type of makeup, anything that has to do with creating skincare. I'm talking everything beauty I love. And I started to realize that a lot of things online were heading towards a direction I didn't really like it. I didn't like that all of a sudden makeup started being not so fun for me. It started being that I was trying to become someone else. I was looking at other people thinking they have these products. I want to look like them, things like that. And I started to realize like somebody needs to go on and start saying that those things aren't what makes you you. That's not That's not what makeup is supposed to be. Makeup was always fun for me. It was fun for me to go home and play with my products and get to go buy some new ones and hear what's being released. And so Reject Cosmetics is basically reject all that because that's not what makeup's about. Makeup's about having fun and rejecting all the things that people tell us that we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to look. I mean, all the beauty standards today are insane because it's not real. It's not perfect. You're never going to be that way. And how you are is perfect.
Do you think it's like a culture, like because I guess in one way we look for it, right? Where there are certain, I guess, frameworks as we build as a culture that say, hey, this is what beauty is. And so because we're framed that way, in like early indoctrination maybe, and we're framed that way, and now because we've grown up that way, now we have to pursue that, and then that becomes a standard. So it's like kind of self-fulfilling. You're
absolutely
you want to break away from that. And really, why you're on the show today is because there was something that you said yesterday that really resonated with me. Like you want to take these cosmetics and at least the idea of what you're doing, and you turn it around on an industry or even the culture, and have people perceive it in a different way.
Yeah.
And that's really what the essence of CEO Network is.
Yeah. So the whole idea around it was my first idea ever when I was thinking I want to start my idea of what will be the most satisfying business to me. I mean, I wanted it to be exactly how I wanted it to be. And I was thinking of names for the glosses. And I was thinking, I felt so weird saying things like pretty pink roses or like what you would use if you went to Target and you picked up a lipstick. It would probably say I was looking at that earlier. Bad Boss or something like that. And I felt so stupid thinking of those names. I was like, this isn't me. I feel kind of fake doing this. It's just copying what everybody else does. And I thought it would be hilarious if we kind of mocked it and said, oh, there's a clear gloss. Let's call it hose water. Because who thinks that's not what you would typically see, but I think it's funny.
If I may, I'm here on your Instagram. We have a couple of things. Let me move your face out of the way.
Oh, yes.
So we're at Instagram right here, and we have Pepto-Bismol.
Yes.
So I guess that's the pink line, right?
Yes, that's the pink gloss.
There's your hose water, and then you have dust bunnies. What is dust bunnies?
So dust bunnies was my idea because I was sitting in my room and I just saw it. I was thinking I still need a name for the sparkly gloss, and I was kind of looking. I was like, dust kind of looks like it shimmers in the light, and I was just thinking dust bunny sounds like a cute name, but it's also like kind of gross. So I was like, that's perfect for a gloss because it's the line between being weird but not too weird to the point where it's like I don't want to put that on my face. So I thought it was cute.
It's almost like those jelly beans, like the
right. Yeah, it's like it intrigues people. Right?
Yeah. have you ever had like the mixed beans, Jelly Bellies?
Horrible.
And like we did this one contest, me and Kelsey, where we're eating like it could either be one or the other, and they were both blue or whatever. And then one was like boogers, and the other one was like ocean breeze or something. And so you would just get stuck with whatever, you know.
Those are horrible.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
I would not. Well, I can't remember which one. It's still jelly beans, but they did taste kind of gross. But no, the idea is that again, you're going against the grain of naming something, and really the ideology is really kind of again what resonates with me the most. Because when we did the network, we just totally 180'd everything. You know, conventional networks for us. If you've ever gone to networking. Have you ever gone to networking yet?
No, I have not.
So that's part of promotion. So part of her being here today is to kind of have this dialogue and like,
totally.
She's just starting. We're like day one in this business, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
She had her first sale, and from her first sale, that made it to her being here.
Yeah, totally. It's crazy.
So Mary Van Alstyne. So if everybody that watches the Inner Journey on Wednesdays, Mary Van Alstyne posted something on social media, and this is the power of social media, by the way.
Oh yes.
You know, having somebody, a promoter, you know, show kind of what they did, and it caught my attention because she put on the post something about a young entrepreneur, and then showed your lip gloss, and then I made a call. I'm like, hey, who's this person? And then you know, a couple messages later, emails later, boom, you're here.
Yeah.
So and so as far as your social media, so I noticed you don't use Facebook.
No, I do not.
Why? Are you against Facebook?
I've never had Facebook.
Is it for old people?
I think once I got a phone, it was like the first thing I downloaded was Instagram. I never even went to Facebook.
Well, you are 18, so I mean, like, is it truly for old people?
No, I would say it's for like moms. That's what I think of. I think moms catching up with old high school friends.
She's calling me a mom. Well, actually,
Moms
you know,
are great.
yeah. Just
It's a compliment.
Oh, thank you. No, so like the Facebook was I guess the prominent thing that kind of stirred the whole thing. So it's got the most, you know, connections, I guess, or the biggest platform that you connect with. And so it's not something you want to necessarily ignore, but I think there's a different mindset when it comes to that stuff. Because I notice I watch Reels more on Instagram than I do on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I know like YouTube is starting their Reels thing. Like all of a sudden now everybody's competing with TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a TikTok too?
Oh yes. I'm on it way too much.
Do you do the dancing stuff, or you do all the?
No. I'm like the funny videos, just like the quick, or even makeup stuff. They got everything on there. I watch all types of stuff.
So right now, like I said, it's day one, so there's not a whole lot of reach. And where are your plans from this point on? Where's your trajectory? Because you're going to college.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure that's going to occupy some of your time.
Yeah, totally. My plan was I wanted to get this all released before I went to college, because I was thinking I'm going to have so many more people I can reach out to. Because, I mean, in the past, I've had a lip gloss little fun thing I did with a friend that we sold at our school, and we sold at my church, and we sold, you know, my dad brought them to work. And we sold that way. But I was thinking, there's so many more people in college. I was like, I need to have this released before I go so that I'm ready to sell and so that I'm ready to show people it and be able to introduce it that way. Yeah. So that's the whole plan, is I'm going to go there and sell as much as I can. And I'm working on a website so we can start selling throughout the country. So,
and right now it's currently just the lip gloss, right? And you want to expand on that.
Yes.
And so the again, it's hard to kind of like encapsulate where you're at, because I'm sure there's a million different emotions going on at the same time between trying to launch a business, go to college, think about your future. I can only imagine where you're at right now. And you know, I would say, I guess you're not asking for my advice, but you know, it's really challenging. Yeah, and I see this with a lot of entrepreneurs, especially the stay-at-home moms. And nothing against stay-at-home moms, but what I do see is a lot of them doing several different things and not really focusing on one. So you'll see a mom that's like doing the juice drink thing with the crochet needle thing with the extra pill thing with the diet bar thing, and it's like, and they're all different businesses, like MLMs. They're all different businesses, but you know, they really don't focus in on one. So people kind of get the marketing gets kind of lost in the whole shuffle of it, you know. And so the primary thing is to stay focused on one. And how do you do that when you're going to college, when you're supposed to be like experiencing those first things in life, you know? Yeah,
I mean, that is a hard thing, because I mean, I struggled with that when I was starting this. I mean, around a year ago was when I told my friend, hey, like, we were doing the lip gloss thing together, and I said, I really want to branch out and do this on my own, because for me, it's like a lifelong dream. For her, it's like a fun thing we got to do together. So I said, I really want to work on this and making my perfect brand, like how I envisioned it, because it wasn't where I wanted it to be at that point. And it was so much more overwhelming than I thought. I thought within a month, I'll have all the stickers I want to do on my business cards. I'll be selling at school. I'll have a year to sell before I go to college. I didn't release till literally this week, and I'm about to start my freshman year at college, and that was my senior year I started. And I was working on it during work. I was bringing my stuff to school. I was planning all of this through all these things, and there were periods of like weeks where I just I couldn't even think about it because I was so busy. I mean, with homework and all, and college applications and scholarship essays, I mean, it was difficult, and totally so difficult. It's hard.
And so what is the ultimate goal, I guess, with the business part of that? Is what is your aspiration regarding what you're trying to do?
Yeah, so for me, I feel like that's a difficult question, because when I envision like, oh, where do I want to be? My whole life I've kind of thought right here, like literally just making what I make and selling it to people. And even if I would picture selling it to one person and then putting it on and then being like, this is amazing. And that's all I wanted. That's all when I pictured it, I didn't picture stores and business or like buses filled with lip gloss traveling to different places. Like I pictured this, where I was making it, organizing it, sending it out, taking pretty pictures. Like this is honestly where I want to be. But I will go as far as I want to do this as a career. So I mean, making this as big as I can, not because I am doing it for the money. That's the thing I've started to realize, is that if you really love something, it's only going to be fun if you're not doing it for the money. Because I would have never had it perfect how I wanted it if I was doing it for money, because I could have had this out so much sooner if I just said, good enough. But it really is better when you...
Well, and I would say it's at the service of somebody else.
Yeah.
So where people lose a lot of steam and a lot of motivation is when they're focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Simon Sinek, do you follow Simon Sinek?
I don't.
Infinite Game Theory.
Okay.
So there's a YouTube video. If you log on there, that's what kind of came to mind in articulating what I'm trying to articulate to you now, is that you're in it to survive. You're not in it to win it.
Yeah.
The people that are here to win may find success, and if they don't see that, if they don't see that marker of like winning, whether it's money or the business, those are the people that fail the most. And when you get in this mindset of survival, where you're serving people and you're doing it for the right reasons, you tend to survive and overcome those challenges a lot quicker. And it makes you a better person, makes a better product. It makes it a better marketing, and I've discovered that. So that's that kind of balance. There's that balance between trying to make money and having it serve as, the thing that feeds you, feeds your family, between that and then having the passion and still at servitude. And you really have to kind of always go back to that sense of serving somebody. And that's what, in the long run, it's a very long road. It's a very long process that you will find satisfaction. It's just, at this point in my life, because I'm old, at this point in my life, you can look back and see that where, from your standpoint, it's like, hey, there's nothing but ambition. The sky is blue. The sky is open, right? Nothing can hold me back. There are going to be bumps along the way. And if you don't take that mindset of servitude, those bumps will be significantly, a big downfall in the trajectory you're trying to go.
Yeah.
So that's just, again, my 2 cents.
No, yeah, your 2 cents is...
Because I'm old. Because, that's what I'm trying to do.
You're experienced.
I'm experienced, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I am very experienced. I've been experienced for quite a long time now. Just kidding. So you did bring some lip gloss. Yes. Not only do we have it here, did we bring the Pepto-Bismol?
We did. Do you want me to get it out?
Let's whip it out.
Okay. So this is what the bag looks like. This is the camera, so I should hold it right here.
Yeah. So this product is how much?
This is $6.50.
Oh, that's a pretty affordable price, right?
I think so. I think it is compared to lip glosses nowadays. I mean, you could spend up to $30 on one. It's crazy.
And there's certain benefits that come with having your lip gloss. Do you want to tell the people the benefits of having that? Of having yours?
So I really wanted to focus on the ingredients in my lip gloss, and that was something that was really important to me. Is I wasn't just going to sell something that was pretty. I wanted it to work. And a typical thing I found with a lot of lip glosses is that they tended to look really nice, and then by the end of the day, your lips like hurt. I don't know if you've experienced this. I don't know if you wear lip gloss, but
I try not to make it a habit. When I cross dress, maybe a little bit,
bit. But if you ever try it afterwards, your lips get like hard and like cracked. And so I got really into watching skincare videos on YouTube. That's my guilty pleasure. I love it so much, but it's an educational one.
You can learn a lot from
you
YouTube.
really can, because people are getting so smart now with skincare. I mean, I know about more acids than I've ever learned about before. I mean, I went to chemistry and didn't even learn this. So I learned about a really amazing ingredient called hyaluronic acid. And hyaluronic acid is actually naturally occurring in our bodies. And it's basically what moisturizes us and keeps us moving. It makes us flexible. So a reason why it's used in skincare is because it makes it so your skin like moves more, which keeps your skin from cracking basically and hurting.
Does that work for like this stuff, the bags? Because that's probably the worst thing that I have. I like to look at pictures constantly. I'm like, God, I can deal with the rest of the face, but the bags are what kills me.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people are trying to tighten things now, but it's like, if you really want it to last, you probably want it to be hydrated.
As you get old, things don't bounce back like they used.
Yeah, but this basically, the whole premise behind this is that this will look great, and then afterwards your lips will feel great. I mean, it's like a 2-in-1. It's like a lip care and lip gloss.
But that's part of the whole piece where we're talking about servitude. That's you're giving back because you're recognizing that these are critical pieces, and it doesn't have to be with a name brand or something. Let me pull up the ingredients real quick since we're talking about them. Vegan glosses.
Yes.
So no animals were harmed in the process of this.
So important.
Yes. To a lot of vegans, yes. I used to be vegan, by the way.
That's awesome. I wish I could.
Oh, it is horribly challenging. So, the thing with veganism, it's really about animal rights. So that's the one learning lesson. It's like, hey, those are the vegans. Those are the people that like don't want, cows killed, It's a reality. But plant-based eating. So I was a plant-based eater.
Yeah, that's great. I wish I could do that. I would feel a lot better, but cheeseburgers.
But no, cheese is probably the hardest thing beyond meat because everything has cheese.
Yeah, that's true.
But not everything has
hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid. So the key ingredients are rice bean oil, sunflower oil, castor oil, vitamin E, and hyaluronic acid.
Yeah.
And is there any reason you picked these in particular, or is this?
So I used castor oil in my original glosses when I sold them before, and I loved it. And as well as vitamin E. Those are both great for, again, moisturizing. Castor oil is actually really great for inflammation, like reducing inflammation too, which is good for any skincare because it keeps it from getting irritated. Sunflower oil, again, just super moisturizing. Rice bran oil was actually one that I'd heard of this year. I was stalking my favorite lip glosses, and I was reading all of their ingredients. And something I found in common with a lot of them was that they had rice bran oil. So I researched it, and it's actually mostly in like Asian skincare products.
Yeah.
And Asian skincare is like, it's elite. It's like they're ahead of the game. So I trusted it and I tried it, and it's great.
I mean, Asians like live forever.
They look so young.
They look like they're 30 up until they're 80.
It's because they prioritize skincare. I mean, I love that. I do that too.
Yeah. And so like where you're at, again, you're still developing the website. Yep. So if somebody wanted to buy these products, they would have to go and call you?
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram.
Just DM.
So I'm going to go to your
Just
Instagram.
shout.
I'm going to go to Instagram right now. So Reject Cosmetics right there. Yes. I guess I can finish the word. There we go. It's there anyway. Reject Cosmetics. It's right there. So if you and they can just direct message you at this point.
Yes.
What's the order process? And have you even figured that piece out yet?
That's something I'm still figuring out. Right now, it's really easy because I say mostly the people who are following me are people I know who are people in the area. So I'm like, I'll deliver it to you. But we are working on, if you follow the Instagram, soon we will have somewhere where we'll be able to have a website where you can order that way. And it's harder with Instagram because Instagram's a whole process where if you want to sell a product through there, I mean, don't just give somebody your address through a DM because that's not smart. So if you wanted to actually sell through Instagram, that's a huge process. So definitely a website is the next thing in order.
So you said you had the domain yet or not yet?
No, we're working on that. We're thinking because I'm actually serving a mission for my church soon, which is a really difficult thing because that means a year and a half I'll be paying for a domain. So we're still figuring out where are places that we can have something on hold, if that's even a thing with like a website or a domain.
No, you have to basically pay for it.
Yeah, so we're trying to see.
So
there'll
.coms
be a good profit.
.coms are very expensive.
Yeah.
You know, so like my website's a .net, and I bought it several years ago. You know, and I wish I would have gotten a .com, but some of them can run up to a couple thousand just for a .com because people are used to putting .com.
Yeah.
and there's so many other ones that are really cheap. You can buy I think a 2-year for like a .net or I forgot the other ones. There's a bunch of whatevers out there, and you can buy just different combinations. You can buy several actually, and they're not really expensive. But it is the .coms that really. I'm sure, since we're live now, we can go to GoDaddy and look it up right now. GoDaddy, GoDaddy. So we're actively looking for. Maybe we shouldn't reveal the website.
Right. Don't take it.
So if you go to GoDaddy, and this is for anybody that's watching, by the way, so you can actually go look and type a domain. So in her case, we can type in cosmetics. Look at rejectcosmetics.com. A penny.
A penny.
It's a penny.
There's always a trick. I feel like you get to the cart and it's like 200.
Rejectcosmetics.com or $250 a month. That seems really low to me. So you get .orgs.
Oh yeah, that is very low.
.nets. I'd snag that up right now. Okay, nobody snag up this. Nobody wants it anymore.
It'll be gone tonight.
But no, it's fairly inexpensive, and so that domain you purchase, and you can purchase it for a couple years, and then every. I think they do increase the price. I mean, I have 4 domains. That's probably one of the easiest and simple things you can do. It's really like applying the website on top of it or overlaying it. Yeah. And like we have challenges too in finding a developer, because there's developers and there's designers. Designers will make it look pretty, but they typically don't work on the back end of the website. Where you have developers that use WordPress, and WordPress is a general kind of like, this is my discovery too. I didn't know any of this stuff, but WordPress is like a general format that you can just plug and play different like things with. And I'll show you when we're off the show, but WordPress tends to be one of those programs that a lot of developers use, just because again, it's simple. A lot of other companies use plugins that you can just plug right in and use them on the domain. And now, again, hosting and having a domain are 2 different things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure you're finding out. But there's so many things, just to even a website. And then to get the functionality behind it, you got to either set up a Stripe account or PayPal on the back end so that people can pay. So many things.
So many things you just don't think about until you're going to do it. And I'm like, this is a lot.
This is overwhelming. And that's just the website, right. And then when you actually get your business going, the entity, you got to go file taxes. Right. And the nice part about filing, as a business is there's a lot of tax benefits from that too.
That's great. I would love that.
Yeah, you can take me out to lunch and use half of that as a write-off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. My mom, that's what my mom said. She's like, keep a list of all the things you've bought because when you're older, they could pay you back for it. I'm like,
well, you have to do it the same year. I mean, and then you get basically a lot. You get the first 2 years, and I'm not a CPA, and I'm not giving financial advice anyway. So please don't take me for word. You can yell at me if you want, but you're not going to get anywhere. But you can keep all your receipts from all your products that you purchased, and basically have all the write-offs from everything that even driving here to market your cosmetic line. You can use that drive as a write-off.
Wow.
You'd be like a standard mileage deduction, so like 69 cents or something. I don't file my taxes. I have my CPA do that. That's the other thing too, is that at some point you're going to need to hire a CPA so they can do it right, and so that you can maximize your tax benefits for having a business. Because like for me, through my business, I pay myself $25,000 a year, $25,000. I make, as a business, we make more than that, but I'm able to kind of lessen my tax burden because of that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
There's lots to learn.
This is all new to me, but I'm going to college soon. I'm studying business.
You're going to business, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is something to be said about going to school and the real life aspects of this stuff. I will tell you, bottom line, as we're wrapping up the show, we got about 4 minutes left.
Okay.
The network, the people you know, are vastly more significant than any of the products you sell. Because that stuff will change. Your ideas, your ideology, kind of the direction. I mean, we've changed so many things in the 5 years that we've had CEO Network. You know, at the beginning, I did not believe or think that we were going to have a podcast, and we're doing that. I did not believe that the events that we were going to have would have anywhere from like 70 to 90 people at them. You know, it's just, there's so many things you don't expect, and you kind of have to have that balance of like, okay, I have control over these things, and this is the direction I want to go, but have enough leverage and openness to allow it to kind of take its own thing. Yeah, you know, because in one way you're trying to reach an audience, but then when you do reach that audience, sometimes they shape you in your direction too. They kind of tell you what they like, you know?
Yeah, totally. I mean, your business is for consumer, and your consumers will tell you what they like.
Absolutely. Did you have any questions for me since we're here? We're towards the tail end of the show.
I mean, I was mostly going to even ask you after the show about the domain and everything. I mean, that's super helpful.
I'd reserve it now.
I will.
Don't let it go any further than that before somebody else takes it.
I will reserve it, totally.
And it's such a cheap price, and that's just the name. So there, like I said, there's many dynamics with that. So if anybody has any questions regarding that, I'm probably not the person to ask, but you can call and contact me, whatever. But is there anything else, Miss, that you would like to share? Anything profound that you discovered today that you would like to share with everybody here?
I mean, something that I just want to get out in the universe, and it's just, honestly, if you love something, go for it. Because here I am, I was obsessed with lip balm as a little girl. I mean, all my friends knew it too, because I had a collection. I watched videos of it. I mean, I have OCD, so things that are like organized and small it clicks in my brain. It feels great. And so I was obsessed with these little things. And my mom always tells a story of that I was using lip balm apparently too much, and she didn't like it when I was probably like 5, I would say. Yeah. And so she grounded me from it, and then they couldn't find me, and I was in a closet putting on the chapstick. Don't ask me why I love chapstick so much and why I love lip products so much, but I mean, it's a passion of mine. It's something that's always brought me joy. It's something that it's been so consistent in my life. And people always tell you, make a living out of something that you love. And I mean, it took me a while to realize, like, hey, you just love lip balm, like, just do that. But once you do, I mean, just go for it. That's what I would say is, like, a lot of people look at me, and it took me a while not to be so embarrassed of when people ask me what I want to do when I was older, to say I want to own a cosmetic line. I mean, because, I mean, people don't necessarily respect that as much as they might respect if you say you're gonna be a surgeon or something like that. So I mean, it just takes a while, but don't listen to other people say. I mean, if you love something, do it. That's what I'd say.
That is awesome. And so I want to thank you for coming in, and maybe so after your first year in college, maybe you'll come back to the show and see where we're at with everything. Maybe you'll be more famous. And as you as you drive in through the Lambo, we'll let you in through the back access door. So I want to thank everybody for joining us today. If you have any questions for me or Bella, go ahead and drop them underneath the comment section. We'll get back to you later. If you're on YouTube, get a like, because we like the likes. So appreciate you all. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.